Hello everyone, I am Phoenix Tremaine and this is my review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you haven't done so, please take a few seconds to subscribe. It takes just, hit that button and subscribe. Hit, like, all that good stuff. Also, I'll have all my social media links, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. I'll warn you in advance if you decide to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, it is not for the light of heart. I do put a lot of stuff on there, whether it's sexy photo shoots or thought provoking things, quotes, sayings, Black history, just a whole lot of shit, and then half naked people. So as well as promotional shit for my stuff. So if you want, join me on social media. And we'll get it in. But you're here for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This will be a short review because this episode, it had its moments, but it was for the most part boring as shit. So I hit a few highlight points of what happened in the show. You might be able to see there's not a lot here listed, whereas on some of my other shows, I have tons of notes. So these are two other videos I'm going to do today. But for Real Housewives of Atlanta, essentially the focus was on Kandi. She's now the star. She's the Nene of the show. And it's her video shoot with Demetria McKinney. And the video, I actually saw it today. Grapejuice.net. They had the video. I posted it on Facebook. And I honestly said that I wasn't really too happy with the video. There wasn't nothing wrong with the video. Kandi looked great. You couldn't really tell she was pregnant. It was a decent video. I actually saw the video before I saw the episode, and I thought to myself, is this the Boys Mind kind of redo or something? But of course my problem with the song is simple. It's too 90s. This sounds like something that could have been on Kandi's album in the 90s. Kandi is sort of like Timbaland, where some of her stuff, not all of her stuff, but some of her stuff has that same sound where you hear it and you know that it's Kandi. Okay, just like Timbaland, you hear Timbaland beat, you know it's Timbaland. Kandi sort of has this 90s vibe, groove thing going on. When you hear her music, it's sort of that pop type, up-tempo, but 90s, not 2015 or 2016. So I hope she does really well with the video. The song isn't bad. It just sounds dated. And Kenya, she went on a date. I actually didn't hate Kenya in this episode. She did annoy the hell out of me when she was lying on trying to do online dating, and she lied about her age. But Kenya's a public figure. If you want to know Kenya's age, Google it. If you don't trust what Google says, find out what year she became Miss USA, and then what age she was, and do the math. So Kenya lying about her age doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when she's a public figure. But then she really did go on a date with a personal trainer, and I'm a personal trainer, but she went on a date with a personal trainer, and the only thing I could think the whole date was, it was a cute little date, a love and basketball themed date, but he ain't got no money. And Kenya is the kind of chick that she don't want to date a personal trainer. She wants to date the person that owns the personal training company, the owner of the gym. And the gym got to be a franchise. So, because, Kenya's definitely somebody who needs to show off. And it's kind of hard to show off when you're a guy, when you make more than him and you're the girl. So, then there's Aiden first day of pre-K, of kindergarten. And, oh my Lord, this thing had me tearing up. And it took a lot for me to tear up. But, oh my goodness. This is what Real Housewives really should be more like. I mean, it felt real. It was real. Okay. The tears, the sun, the drive, and what made me laugh out loud was when when Phaedra called Aiden by her other son's name, and my mother, she died last year, and she used to do that all the time, and she would call me by my brother's name, and I'm like, I'm not Chico, and she's like, well, you know who you are. so Phaedra I really like Phaedra in this episode. She reminded me a lot of my mother, and it was just really touching. It's not you don't see that a lot on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's always a manufactured drama, which is how the show ended. Um, Portia and Oliver, she's having a long distance relationship with Oliver, and Portia, you just want Portia to find somebody. Shit, she's hot, and she just needs some balance. And I think that I don't know if Oliver is a good balance for Portia, but it's a hell of a lot more stable than the guy she started off with this season. And at least I don't get a gay vibe from Oliver. He does not send my gaydar off. Then there was the video release party where Kim decided to turn up a little bit because Kim Fields basically wasn't in this episode. She pretty much made a guest appearance at the end. And Kim Fields turned up a little bit with her mini skirt and her thigh high boots, and I guess after being surrounded by the women for so long, running around half naked and shit, she finally feeling comfortable being with her husband. She decides to be a little sexier and show up at the event, but Kenya, being Kenya, said, and they'll probably address this during the reunion or something, where she said she looked like a confused prostitute. So I thought that was just like unnecessary. It's to the point where it just feels like bullying. And then we've got Don Juan overhearing Portia and Phaedra talking about the situation with Todd, where she still owes Todd $5,000. She didn't tell them that, but she said she essentially paid him $25,000 to $30,000 for a video she never released. Portia was like, well, the video wasn't released. He should just let that go since he did get paid almost all of the money. Don Juan came running over, like a queen on crack, ready to get into an argument with the women. And that's why I said manufactured. It was so out of place. It was so stupid. I mean, when I saw the preview, I thought Phaedra and Portia really was talking about Candy behind her back or something like that. And I said, the girls were being so positive and supportive. It's a shame that, they ended it with talking about Candy behind her back. But that's not what happened. Basically, Phaedra told Portia and her friend, what happened in that situation. And she didn't lie. She omitted a couple details, but she didn't lie or anything. She even went to Todd and asked him to come to her office so they can work it out. So, Don Juan's, interference was unnecessary, and it was just some bullshit. And what else? The last thing I mentioned is Phaedra had a visit from one of Apollo's friends who brought the kids, presents and shit. And we all know this is what guys do when their friends' wives are going to be alone long term. And I definitely got the vibe like if Phaedra wanted it, she could have it. And I don't think Phaedra wanted it. She didn't look like she wanted it at all. But that's it. I mean, not a lot happened. It had a few good moments, like, Phaedra with her son in the car taking him to kindergarten. But overall, I would say I enjoyed 10 minutes out of 45. Other than that, this was a boring ass episode, But hopefully you don't think my talk show is boring. And I will put a clip at the end of this just so you can get a taste of it. And if you like it, go to the link and, watch my talk show. We just talk a lot of shit. And hopefully you enjoy us talking a lot of shit. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe and follow me. And I've got a lot of good stuff coming up. So hope you enjoy it.